Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us today. I am Janelle Zakreski-Kuntz. I work in admissions at Mendoza College of Business at the University of Notre Dame. I work with the Master of Nonprofit Administration program, which is the full-time program, 10 months on campus, which is actually what I think Jessica will probably be talking most about. That program is more in line for those that don't have a lot of experience or just coming from an undergraduate degree and are looking for their maybe even their first careers. The executive Master of Nonprofit Administration, I also work with that program. Those are for those, that program is for those in the working world and they don't really want to stop working while getting their degree in nonprofit administration. So with that, if you have any questions about the program, certainly I am here to answer that. But this webinar is really about career development and the services and the help and assistance and guidance and all those great things that Jessica Stuckey provides. She is the Assistant Director of Career Development here at Notre Dame. And with that, I will turn it over to Jessica.
Thank you so much, Janelle. Again, just going to go through things a little bit quickly because I know many of you are joining us on a lunch or in between classes. So also feel free to reach out to me with any questions afterwards if you have anything that you feel I didn't cover or you had additional questions about. So like today, like Janelle mentioned today, we're just going to really go over the career development portion of the Masters of Nonprofit programs. It's obviously a very special program to me. I feel like there are a lot of wonderful things about it, but my focus is mainly on career development. My name is Jessica Stuckey. I am the Assistant Director for Career Development, and I have been in career development for about 10 years. I have been working with the residential program since the first year, which next year's cohort will be our 5th year, and I've been working with the MNAs just a little bit longer than that. So Mendoza's career development has a mission, and regardless of if you are in the MNA, the MSM, the MBA, whatever program you're in, this is the same mission throughout. We truly believe that students should have careers that allow them to be their best and give their best to their organizations, their communities, their families. We don't want anyone to be in a job that they hate, in a position where they feel like they aren't making an impact, where they aren't utilizing all of the skills that they have. And so that is what our goal is, to help you to learn about yourself, learn what you might be interested in, and learn where the organizations are that value those things that you're so good at. We also very much operate under the give a man a fish, feed him for a day, teach a man to fish, feed him for a lifetime. Many times students come in thinking, oh, there's a career development office. That means that they'll hand me a job, or I tell them what I want to do and they're going to find me the postings and teach me how to apply. The reality is that the days of starting a job and staying there for 30, 40 years are pretty much gone, and people are transitioning their workplaces on average every 2 to 3 years. So unfortunately, the job search process is not something that you'll just do one time. It's something that you will do many times, and we want you to be prepared not just for post-graduation, but for the rest of your career, especially those in the EM&A program. They've probably already experienced this. You've probably worked at a few different organizations, and now you're ready to take your skill sets to the next level, and maybe the place that you're at doesn't currently have that level that you're looking for, or you're looking to transition to a different industry. This is not uncommon, and we want you to be prepared for that, for not just post-graduation, post-Notre Dame, but for the rest of your career, because this really is about your career and not your first job. Some of the things that we offer for career resources are, we do have a career curriculum. For the Masters of Nonprofit program, it's a little bit different. For the residential, it is in connection with your practicum and synthesis course. The practicum is sort of a real world internship that runs mod 2 and 3. And then your career development course kind of parallels with that, where we work on personal branding, application cycles, what things you need to do. For the EM&A cohort, it is more one-to-one career advising. Many of you are not necessarily looking for a new job, or if you are, it's maybe a bit more selective. You're waiting for the right opportunity to open up, and not so much by graduation, I need X or I need to jump right now, but I'm looking to move into an executive director role. So when that opens up, I'll be prepared. We also have, of course, one-on-one advising for residential students as well. One thing that is unique about our office is we do not put any parameters around the advising. So some institutions have a max of you can meet with somebody 5 times and then you're done. Other institutions have a requirement you have to meet, every semester, every month, every quarter. We really believe that you are your own best advocate, whether you are in the EM&A or the residential M&A. So I have students that I meet with once and they are ready to go and ready to fly. And that's great. I don't want you to feel like meeting with me is a requirement. It's a check-in. It's holding you back in any way. I also have students who want an accountability partner. So we meet once a week or every other week just to say, hey, did you get the application in? Did you write that cover letter? Because they know themselves well enough to know that they might not get it done if somebody isn't checking in. They might let it slide or decide to work on a term paper or go out, with their friends instead of searching for their job. So we really believe that we want to empower you to make the decisions that will work best for you. We are here to support you. We are here to help you. We are not here to control you or force you or make you do anything. Each of you, regardless of what program you're in, have very distinct and different visions for what your career trajectory looks like. And we want to make sure that we are supporting you in the best way possible. We also have employer engagement. So we do, for the residentials, the main point of engagement is the practicum. We have many students who receive full-time offers from their practicums. We also have career fairs, information sessions, panels, and things like that. Executive MNAs, EMNAs are welcome to attend any of those events. Depending on your location, though, there is not always a virtual option. So sometimes it is harder to get to campus for those things. Our career fairs are virtual, but also just to keep in mind that those aren't necessarily always executive level roles, but we do have a platform called Irish Compass that is great for connecting with alumni, and that also does have more executive experienced higher roles that are posted on that, and you have complete access to that. As an EM&A, you do have access to whatever resources the M&As do have. It's more of a, do you want them and do you need them, versus here is everything that is offered. So it is a little bit more on you to come to us and say, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I'm trying to achieve. Just a little bit about our career curriculum. We really want you to understand the M&A industries and job functions. So obviously nonprofit as itself is a huge industry, but within that industry, there is education, there is health services, there is housing, there's food. So there is a plethora of industries even within the nonprofit industry that we want to make sure you're aware of, and know that each of those industries have their kind of own challenges, areas of growth, things to be aware of, and then also what functions are necessary, because you could want to work in health services, but does that mean you want to do marketing? Do you want to do finance? Do you want to do HR? Do you want to do community outreach? And so really understanding sort of what is out there so you can know what you might be interested in and where you might fit. We also do strengths finders, and we do a lot of self-reflection and exercises a little bit around like designing your life. What things are you looking for in a career? What things are important to you? And where are your skill sets? Where can you find kind of that balance that works for you. Everybody has different skills. Everybody has different desires of how they want to make an impact. And we want to make sure that you understand yours so that you can execute your best plan. And then, of course, we obviously go over things like resume, cover letter, how to apply for a job, how to interview, and things like that that you'll need later on. But we do spend a good chunk of time on self-discovery and marketplace awareness, just so you kind of know what exists and what's out there. Again, for the career coaching, it is tailored and customized coaching. Every student needs different things. Like I mentioned before, some just need a very basic, like, give me the pointers and I feel confident, and others want an accountability partner. Some students feel uncomfortable in the negotiation process, so they want to kind of run through it, do a mock negotiation, prepare for every question that could come up. Other students aren't really worried about negotiating, but they're unsure how to execute a search. How can they utilize technology to make sure that they're finding the jobs in North Carolina that they're interested in? And so that's where the class is very helpful in kind of big picture ideas, but the magic really happens when we're able to understand what are you specifically trying to do and what tools can best help you in that. And then, of course, resume, cover letter, all of that is not going away anytime soon. And so that's a skill set that you'll need throughout your career journey as well. Again, like I mentioned, we do have fall and spring career fairs. We have information and networking sessions. We also have occasionally with the Elkhart Community Foundation, they do a spring kind of mini get to know the local nonprofits. And last year, I think we had about 5 students who ended up at least interviewing and receiving job offers, if not accepting it through that. So that is tailored specifically for that. There are also virtual career fairs that you're able to participate in. And then again, the practicum. The practicum really gives you exposure not only to your specific organization, but the organization that your cohorts are in as well. And then for the MNAs, a lot of your employer engagement is actually going to be your fellow classmates. They are often in positions of hiring or on a hiring committee, and they have really great connections in the areas that they're at, and you can build really strong relationships with them or the alumni more so than the career fairs and the information sessions, because you're typically in a position in your life where you've had some experience and you know kind of exactly what you're looking for, and it's more of a matter of waiting for that opportunity to present itself than it is trying to discern what it is you want to do. Of course, if you are in more of the discernment phase and you're looking at, hey, I'm kind of starting over, or I'm just discovering, you are more than welcome to participate in any of the events that are typically geared for inexperienced hires as well. So that is kind of the synopsis of our office and what we do. We do really believe about growing the good in business. And one of the unique things about the Masters of Nonprofit at Notre Dame is it is housed within the business school. And we really do believe that although you're going into the nonprofit field and you're working for nonprofits, that doesn't mean that it is not a business, and that there is not essential skills necessary to be able to make sure that you are able to be a successful force for good in your community, that you're able to, organize your budget so that you're able to make an impact 5 years from now, 10 years from now, that you can strategize and make sure that you're moving with the flow of things. So that is another thing that we talk about a lot in the career development side, but throughout the entire program, is that it's amazing to do good within the community and to be a resource for the community, but you also have to manage the business side of things so that you continue to be a resource in the community and you continue to be able to offer those things. And so we do really focus on that. Do you guys have any questions for me that you feel you want a little bit more information on, or that I haven't covered yet?
Yes, feel free to chat. Jessica, can you see the chat too? Because I didn't have any questions as you were going along. This was great information. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Any questions, please chat now. If you do have questions that come to mind, following, you're thinking about things a little later this afternoon and you think, oh, I should have asked that, you can always email the MNA inbox. The email address is mna.business@nd.edu. Okay, I don't see any questions. Everyone seems to be pretty good at the information that you shared. So thank you so much, Jessica.
Absolutely. And again, feel free to reach out to me as well if anything specific comes up.
Wonderful. Thanks for joining us today. Again, reach out with any questions to me, to Jessica, mna.business@nd.edu. Thanks.
Bye.